Okay, so this time let's work on the character's nose, or let's work on the model's nose. So again, I'll just go to my shelves, the poly modeling. I'll choose the plane here. I'll click and drag to create one. I have switched from the wireframe mode to the see-through or x-ray mode here. So I'll turn off the wireframe so I can see them in shaded view, please, like that. Then with the plane, I will start by adding through the edges here. I'll select this and I will add, let's say, 7 divisions. So this plane should be divided into 7. Okay, so I will do it this way. I will first select those edges and then I will do a multi-cut. So here it is. I'll divide it into 2. So now you have 2 there. And then I have 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Okay, so now I have 7. I'll turn off the multi-cut. Now I'll switch to the vertex selection. Next is, so I have 7 here, 7 divisions of the plane. I will select the last 3, this 5, 6, and 7 polygons here down. Right? Sorry, I'll select that. 1, 2, 3. So this 5, 6, and 7. I'll press W for move and I'll drag it downwards. Okay, so this is how they will be distributed. Polygon number 7 is going to be the column of the nose. So it's going to be right here where the column of the nose starts. So those are the nostrils, tip. Yeah, that will be. And then polygon number 6 and 7, sorry, 5 and 6. Polygon number 5 and 6 is going to be forming the nose tip or the tip of the nose here, there. So that's how they're going to be distributed. So I'll just press R and scale this a little bit, reforming that. Massive. Now this is going to be widened a bit more. The tip of the nose usually is rounded like that. And then let me just adjust this a bit there. And then I will go to the side view, of course. And in the side view, I'll just go back to the object level selection. I'll just drag it forward once more and align it a bit. So just do some more adjustments here. I'll select the vertex selection. So I'll select once more these. So this is where the column is. I'll drag it forward. Drag this forward. Okay. Next, I'll drag this one forward. This is the nose tip. It's going to be formed. Dragging it. So that's the nose tip. 5 and 6. And then here is where I will distribute the remainder of the vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, or the polygons 1, 2, 3, and 4 are going to be the ones to form the bridge of the nose. Let's see there. We form it like that. Let's say that. And then I need some widening. So I'll select these two here. Use the scale tool. Let's further widen that up a little bit. Okay. So the next thing is saving my work. I'll just go to the multicut tool once more. Here, I'll hold shift and control, and I will do a cut at 50% here so that it will be at the center. Q to exit the multicut, and there, control space bar. Okay, so the next thing is we will be creating this. This is the side flap, or the flap of the nose, the side flap of it. So we will be creating that by going to the edge selection, and then I will select these side edges here, and then I'll press W for move. Let me just focus on the front view for now. There. So how many side flaps do we need for this? We only need 4 side flaps for all the noses that we will model. Okay, so you just count that. 1, you don't include this is the tip of the nose. So this one. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So those are the side flaps that we need. So the next thing is I'll go to the vertices, and I will start arranging them to follow the reference that we have. So let me just place that there. So I'm avoiding, that's the rim of the nose. We will have another set of polygons for that. So I'm carefully just placing this, because the tricky part on the side flap, or the flap of the nose, the tricky part for this is actually the one that's going to be behind, right? So it would mean that a polygon is almost flipping. The polygons here would almost be flipping or inwards if we are to follow it. See, like that, right? You are supposed to see something like this by it. Oops. Let's drag this a bit, and there. So saving the work, now I will of course work on the side view a little bit. There. So this is the bottom. So I will, to safely select the side view edges, right, I can select this edge here. This is the second to the last, and then so this is the last one, which creates that loop selection. So I'll deselect the rest, and I'll deselect from here so that it's just limited to that last edge, and I'll drag it. There it is. How many edges? It's just supposed to be 2. So I'm still having control click to transfer it to vertex selection. This one, I still don't need that. So we only have 3 now. There. So that's the bottom flap here. Okay, so now I just need to position this following the reference. So these are more forward and backward movements, so that it will not affect the front view. So again, I'll just select the second edge here, control click to transfer it to vertex selection, and then here, careful positioning. There. Next, another edge here, dragging it here, vertex selection here, and end here. Let's say I want it to arc there following the nose. I'll just push this a bit deeper inside there. And then the last one, this one. Hold control, click on the vertex selection there, and now I have it selected as vertices, and I'll just drag it down a little bit there. Let's say that. Okay, so now, okay, checking that out. So now that we have this on the side, it is also now to push these vertices that are flatly on the face right now, or on the front view. It's time to push them inwards here. So I'll just drag it carefully, going that way here. And then I'll just select this portion here, going this way, that. And then this one here, going this way. Carefully rounding it up. And then just following the contours of the face. Let's say this angle's a bit down there. Dragging it downwards. There. Same here. So creating that contour for the nose. Okay. Now we have that. I can now select the polygon selection here, or face selection. I can select this other side, and I can delete that, so that I can do a duplicate special later on. So now we have that for the nose and its flap. So let's start to duplicate it for backup. So I'll just bring out this eye level here. So now I'll have this shift click drag, so that's going to be our nose backup down here. Let's say there. Okay, so positioning it accordingly. So there's the eyes and the nose back up there. So I'll control H to hide this. Okay, so on our next lesson, let's build the mouth. I'll see you on that.